Badminton golf is a target game with a tactical focus on proximity to target and avoiding obstacles. Equipment needed for this game includes hoops, birdies, and rackets. First, place the hoops throughout your playing area. This can be indoor or outdoors. Once you have placed your hoops, number the hoops 1 to 9, or however many hoops you have. Players will need a racket and a birdie each. Ask the players to spread out throughout the area, standing in their own space. Once they do so, this spot will become their starting spot. You can mark this with another piece of equipment, a penny, or a marker. Players will aim to hit their birdie into one of the hoops. They will aim to hit the birdie into the hoop in the least number of shots possible. Each time the birdie lands, they'll move to where it lands, pick it up, and hit it again until it goes into the hoop. Once they've done so, they'll count their shots and then return to their starting point, before moving on to hit to another hoop. Players can either hit to the hoops in order from 1 through 9, or hit to any hoop they have not yet hit to. Some modifications for badminton golf. If you need to change it up and make the game more difficult, you can do things like increase the distances between the starting spots and the hoops, spreading the hoops out into a larger playing area, making smaller targets rather than using hoops, perhaps use cones or other small circular objects, or change the skill from hitting to throwing, or perhaps using a non-dominant hand. Other modifications you can make to this game including adding obstacles. Set up your course in the playground where there are trees or play equipment where students need to hit around, over, or through. Have students continue from the hoop, so once the student has made their first hole, they then continue to the next hole, and then the next and the next, so on in order without returning to their starting spot. To change it down and make the game easier, you can decrease the distances between the hoops and place them in a smaller area, or increase the size of the targets. To assess student performance in this game, students who are emerging will have difficulty hitting the birdie with the racket and take a large number of shots before successfully getting the birdie in the hoop. A developing student can hit the birdie with a racket but has little control over its direction or force. Hitting the birdie into the hoop is often due to luck. A competent student can hit the birdie with the racket and is able to control the direction and the force and get the birdie into the hoop. And a proficient student can hit the birdie with the racket confidently and is able to use force and direction effectively to hit the birdie into the hoop with a minimal number of shots. Some teacher questions you may use to prompt students' thinking. How did the distance between the starting point and the hoop affect the way you hit the birdie? How did you decide on how much force to use when to hit the birdie? Did you encounter any obstacles on the course? And how did you navigate these obstacles? Badminton golf is a target game with a tactical focus on proximity to target and avoiding obstacles.